Greetings, this is Alamdorius, and that was Leviathan by the Warrior Project. An excellent song, very good background for games like World of Warships and Steel Ocean here. It's a song done in tribute of the US Navy, and I felt it was an appropriate song to play, given that, well, sailing a US Navy ship, the USS Connecticut. This game goes quite well for me. 6 kills and MVP. And another medal which I should have identified but didn't. But all in all, very, very enjoyable. The Connecticut is a fun battleship to play. Now I have another Connecticut video up, which is a good game on its own. But this game was better, in my opinion. Not only that, it gives a good example of, well, the anti-air capabilities of the Connecticut. This ship has, for a Tier 2 battleship especially, phenomenal anti-air. Just an ungodly amount of anti-air guns to bring to bear on enemy planes. They don't stand a chance. The ship's guns too are interesting. They're mismatched. The main guns there on the fore and aft are 12-inch guns, while the side turrets, starboard and port, are 8-inch guns. This ship fires very, very quickly. Its secondaries, on the other hand, are, well, piss poor. I think at most I can bring 3 secondaries to bear on a target at once, even at full broadside. Maybe 4, but in this game I only ever get to do 3. It also has torpedo tubes. Yep, torpedo tubes. Most battleships had them. I don't know what it is with these various Navy games that they don't bother putting torpedoes on battleships. But it's probably a balanced decision, so I don't know. What that basically means is that this ship has a capacity for fighting subs. Not great, but a lot of people haven't seen the ship in action. So they, well, don't expect the torpedoes. But this game went very, very well. It didn't start off so well. I mean, I missed my first couple shots, but as soon as I smoked that one destroyer and just dropped it from full health to nothing, I knew this game was going to go quite well. At this stage in the game, as you just saw, we lost our carrier, so in theory the other team has the air advantage. Well, when you have a ship like the Connecticut, that advantage isn't really an advantage at all. Unless, of course, you have multiple carriers. So now it's just the enemy team, 2 battleships, a carrier versus 2 battleships and a destroyer. Switching my AA guns here because I know that the enemy carrier is going to be sitting in plain sight to look for us / try to sink us. I think this guy must have been running low on planes because near the end of the match he basically stops launching. I think they all get shot down. Or this thing, the only problem with the Connecticut is that it is very, very slow. Submarines can catch it, no problem. I think submarines generally have a 3-knot advantage over this thing, which, you know, is fine. You can't have it all. Now I start to go the other way, but then, you know what? There's an enemy battleship over there. So I come to reverse, start backing up to try to get shots on it. while the Florida, of course, is starting to take the brunt of the attack from that battleship, and the other one, which will be coming up very, very shortly. As you can see, I've got it lined up, and I'm watching for when the arrow, like, okay, so I zoomed out there, but typically, you know, I was watching to see the red lines fade away so that I can actually open fire. Now I'm just trying to watch it visually, and then I go back, screw it, I'm going to go back to the red lines. And boom, there we go. Couple hits, nothing too great for damage, but not bad either. Now this guy makes a very bad mistake. He now knows that I'm there, and he starts trying to turn to bring his guns to bear on a broadside. What that does is give me flat armor to hit. Yeah. Didn't end well for him. That is a mistake I see a lot, actually, and I have to admit I've made that mistake a couple times too. Trying to maximize the amount of guns I'm bringing to bear on my targets. I've given my targets flat armor to shoot at. As you can see, the Florida over there has drawn the ire of the aircraft carrier. Battleship, of course, is, yeah. Battleship finished him off. I'm trying to get the destroyer to back up because I was hoping he'd survive long enough to go underneath the carriers. Because despite the fact this thing has phenomenal AA, I don't fancy facing a carrier alone in a battleship. Unless, of course, I end up seeing the carrier, in which case, have at it. But, of course, battleships are notoriously, well, I wouldn't say notoriously, but battleships are weak to air. And it just comes down to the fact of range. If the carrier had enough planes, he could sit outside of my range and just keep hitting me with bombers and torpedo bombers. Another guy down. Fifth kill of the match. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, if I was a carrier, I would have been seeing how this was going. I would have been trying to put as much distance between myself and the oncoming ships as I could. This guy doesn't do that. You'll see where he is in a second. Some planes on targets, and phenomenal AA goes up. Boom, gone. Destroyed in two salvos. Another one patch of planes. Gone. Another set of planes. Trying to torpedo that enemy destroyer. And gone. Last shot went out and got him. Now this is where I'm believing the enemy carrier is out of planes, because now he's trying to sink that destroyer with the secondaries, which 4 carrier is primaries. And yeah, you can see where this is going. But there is one little quirk at the end here, and this was the first time this had ever happened since I've had the Connecticut. And almost missed. Yeah, I'm firing at the same with my secondaries, and 3 shots out. Puff. Finished him off with the secondaries. Oh my. That doesn't happen very often. Anyway. The end of the match. 6 kills total, a whole bunch of awards, including MVP. When we go over to the damage, you'll actually see that I inflicted the most damage in the whole game. And I had a lot of fun. Anyway, this has been Alan Midorius, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Have a good one. Check out the Warrior Project.